The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Very welcome, all of you. Am I audible to all of you? Very welcome. Let's check if I'm audible. I'm audible, right? You can say yes or no. So, very welcome, all of you, in today's session. And okay, I'm audible. Okay, thank you very much. Right. Wonderful, wonderful. So, we'll just start the session in 2 minutes. We'll allow all the students to come. So, very welcome, students. I welcome all the aspirants: Abhinav, Anjana, Arpita, Anna, Bhairavi, Dhanush, all the students are very welcome in today's session. And yeah, I know students are joining. Okay, we'll just wait for 1 more minute and we'll start. I'm audible, right, everybody? Okay. You can raise your hand and tell me if I'm audible or not. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can put your questions also. Good evening, Jay. Good evening. So first of all, a very welcome all of you in today's session. I'm Pramod Singh. I've been mentoring aspirants of civil service examination for more than 10 years. Since 2011, I've been mentoring the aspirants. Right now, I'm from my Delhi center, from the studio in my center in Delhi. I'm from there. Now, before starting, why should you trust me? Well, I have experience of 10 years and there is a whole team of more than 20 people who are in the process of the learning for this examination. 20 plus की हमारी team है जो they are a dedicated team for aspirants. Also as a mentor, I've been mentoring students every year. 25-30 students from my guidance, they get selected from Old Rajendra Nagar and Mukherjee Nagar in Delhi. At the same time, our team is a very dedicated, strong team for the process. As an aspirant, I have also given 3 mains and 2 interviews during my time. I have cracked prelims every time when I gave the examination. मैंने हर बार prelims को crack किया है जब मैंने exam दिया था. I have given 2 interviews and I have experience. I'm a student, I'm a learner like you as well. The only difference between you and me is that I have little experience, and the idea behind today's session is that I'm going to tell you what will work in the examination. What is that perfect 1-year strategy? If you're targeting the exam, क्या work करेगा, what will work and what will not work. Unfortunately, there are too much noise and information is available on the internet, YouTube channels, people giving guidance. A lot of people are doing very good work, but in general there is a lot of confusion also, and that is the objective. The objective is to guide you, steer your journey, and that is how the learning will grow. Now, when you look at the journey of UPSC, why do you want to prepare for the examination? That is the first thing that you should be asking. What is there in the process? What is there? Why do you want to be in the services? That is the first thing. If that why is clear, remember, if that why is clear, this why is the first and the most important question. If this why is clear, your journey will be worthwhile. Now, if I start this journey, what is the way? Now, I'll start with a very famous quote of APJ Abdul Kalam. He said, I'm a follower of him. He said that climbing to the top demands strength, whether it is the top of the Mount Everest or the top of your career. Now, your career, you have to make your career. You have to start your career. You have to build something. And building is a slow process. Building is a process which requires time, patience, perseverance, discipline, and hard work. So the idea, and every aspirant, now look here, mark my word, if you are really serious about the examination, you should listen to my advice. Listen to the inputs I'm telling you. It will require time, effort, input. Remember, it is all about good plan and good strategy. If the plan is good, if the strategy is good, I assure you that cracking examination is relatively easy. Now, before starting, the session, I want to break some myth. Remember, this exam is not the toughest examination of India. This is not the mother of all competition. This examination is different from others, and this examination requires time, discipline, patience, and perseverance. This is not a shortcut. This is a marathon that you're going. If you're starting this journey today, remember, we are targeting 2024. That means if you start this journey today, in 2024 you will give the exam. 2022 is almost over, and you will get selected in 2025. That means you should have a patience of 2 year, 2.5 year for the process. Right now, as I speak, a lot of my aspirants, a lot of my students, they started with me in 2016 or 17 or 18. Many of them started in 18, 19, and they gave exam this year, the mains. Many of them will be in the list also, probably when the result will come in March or April. But remember, if you look at their journey, they made an effort. They persevered. This exam is about perseverance and, of course, the discipline. I will discuss some basic thing, and uh, and all the aspirant. Okay, Bhumika is saying on 26. Well, everybody. It is not important that you are targeting today or tomorrow. It is about believing that I'm ready for the process. Now, step by step, I want you to make notes. One more thing, my team will share this PDF. Don't worry if you in case if you miss the PDF of the lecture will be shared, the syllabus will be shared, the book list will be shared. Also, at the same time, I will urge you to follow some things. For example, you can follow the Telegram channel of our institute, where there you get daily editorial analysis, you get daily inputs, daily notes, daily material, daily MCQs. So there's a lot of supporting stuff that you'll get, and those things are almost free. So those free, take the advantage of that as well. For that, you have to subscribe to our channel and the Telegram, YouTube channel and Telegram channel. Now let's start the journey. Now, when we start the journey, there are pillars of preparation. First is we'll try to understand the syllabus of the examination. Now, if you look at the syllabus, UPSC, especially CSC, requires two things: syllabus. So understand and decode the syllabus. What is the syllabus? What are the requirements of the syllabus? That is the first thing. And the second thing, remember, syllabus, the first thing. Have you read the syllabus? Are you following the syllabus? Because if you're not following the syllabus, you will never know UPSC. Second is the previous year questions. These are only two ways to know UPSC's requirement. And as a mentor, the objective is to analyze the requirements of the UPSC. When you start a topic, when you study, always look at the syllabus, always look at the previous year question. When you're starting the journey, it might look a little difficult because you do not know the subject or the topic. But as your journey will proceed, these will be the two things which will guide your effort. Because remember, it is about right strategy and right plan. It is not about the sources, material. Those are very important. But any basic book, basic source will work. So I will discuss all those aspects in great detail. Syllabus, pillars of preparation, the strategy, optional choosing again. What is topper strategy? I have shared one topper strategy with you. Remember, I'm a student. You're also a student. So you should always focus on the learning. Learning is very important. Because when you learn, you grow, and when you grow, you get selected. That is the objective. Yes, this is a competition, and competition requires certain defined inputs. It requires certain strategy. If there is a right strategy, you will make it. When I gave my first attempt, I was able to reach till interview because strategy was correct. Time, maybe I could not give the right time. I made some mistakes during my journey when I gave the examination more than a decade ago. You should not make those mistakes. That is the objective of the session. In the last 10 years, every year, a lot of aspirants through these inputs have made it. Now, it is not the input, but also the effort that you made on those inputs. So let's discuss, let's have pen and paper. And I want you to, the session will be over in the next 35-40 minutes. Last 20 minutes will be question answers. Okay, so we'll focus on that. Now you all know the stages of examination of UPSC. The first stage, prelims, the mains, and the third stage, which is the interview test. Okay, I will take all your doubts. Just listen to my advice. That is a basic request to all of you. And after that, we'll move forward. So 3-stage examination: prelims, mains, and personality test. Now, when you look at UPSC, what comes in your mind? UPSC is not a tough exam. When I started, or for when any aspirant start, they have this feeling that, where I am, this is so tough, this is so difficult. The problem is that UPSC is a very basic exam. It requires sound fundamentals in the topics that you have studied. Now, when I look at UPSC's requirement, I say UPSC wants you to know India. This is what UPSC wants you to understand. Because you have to serve India. You have to serve as an IAS or IPS or as an IFS, as an IRS. There are more than 21 services that we have in the, which you will get selected through the CSE process. So India, you have to know India, because everywhere I is common. If you look at Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, do you know India? Unfortunately, no. Because the school studies that you have done, the college studies you have done, it is not for understanding things. It is just for getting the, clearing the exam, getting the score. That's all. UPSC is about knowing India, the first thing. Know India's history, India's economy, India's geography, India's environment, India's culture. You might be an IS officer, and I want to congratulate all the people tomorrow. You might be the future IS officer. I do not know who will be, because in the last 10 years, a lot of people who were at the part of the session, they are IS officers today. So I would also like to congratulate the future IS officers. But remember, you are a future IS officer. You have to persevere for the next 2 years, 3 years to reach there. Okay? So you have to understand the 3 stages: prelims, mains, and interview. I'm more concerned about the prelims and the mains. This will require a different session. Prelims is about input stage, the first stage. And when you look at the first stage is about filtering the process, and the second stage is about the mains. I'll come to that. Now, if I have to understand the requirements of the competition at macro level, there are 8 pillars of preparation that I have put it. The first thing, syllabus. Pick the syllabus, read the syllabus. Try to read that syllabus. Next 15 days, read every day. You are targeting 2024 or 25 or 26 or even 23. The syllabus should be threadbare clear to you. Syllabus should be at the back of your mind. If I say, tell me this topic is a part of the syllabus or not, the answer is, yes, sir, this is part of the syllabus, GS paper 2 or GS paper 3. So if you have that level of, maybe meticulous effort is needed. The syllabus should be clear in your head, the first thing. The second thing, strategy. You're going a long haul. You're going on a journey which will have its own degree of uncertainty, ups and downs. Strategy and planning. You have to be ready. Just before the session, I was watching an interview of a very famous actor called Pankaj Tripathi, just before the session. And he today is a very famous, Hindi cinema actor. And when I saw his video just for 10 minutes before the session, and you know what he said? He said when he came to Mumbai to become an actor, because today he's a very famous character, actor or artist. So when he came to Mumbai for the first time, he had a plan for next 10 years. Can you believe that? He was ready with the uncertainty of life. Here you need to have a plan of just 2 years. 2 to 3 years at the max. That means you should have a strategy and plan for 2-3 years. You cannot give 2-3 years, because this is a life-changing experience. The third is study material, very important. Study material should be basic. I'll come to that. Develop the understanding. UPSC is about knowing India and what is happening in India. As we speak today, what happened in India's economy? What happened in India's history? What happened in India's geography? What happened in India's polity or governance or society or environment for that matter? So we need to understand these are the first 4 pillars, and then we'll go little deeper. We'll understand what does UPSC wants. UPSC tries to ask you certain things. If I study a topic, for example, you have studied a topic in the economy, you have studied national income, you have studied inflation, you have studied banking, or you have studied Parliament of India in polity, you have studied some XYZ topic, pollution in environment. As I speak in Delhi, today Delhi, the AQI, that is air quality index, is very poor in Delhi. Outside there is a smog. So if you have studied these topics, what is the next step? Try to understand what is the requirement of UPSC. UPSC is a conceptual examination. It is not a clerical examination. It does not require donkey's effort. It requires conceptual understanding of subject, which should be very sound and lucid. Can you develop that? That is what the objective of the session is. Choosing the right optional. When you go to the second stage, the mains examination, optional becomes a very deciding factor. You have to choose the right optional. Writing skill. Remember, UPSC is about skill. It is about skills only. Very important. It is a process which will develop with time, but the skills, the reading skills, the writing skills, can you communicate? Can you write? Can you communicate? You have studied a topic, can you communicate? Because that is the objective. Linguistic capability building is about also. UPSC is a long journey. It is an eventful journey, remember. You will have your share of struggle. It is a long journey. And when the journey is long, you have to be positive, you have to be optimistic. That optimism will change things. Are you optimistic? Are you optimistic? Are you positive? Because that is what I'm looking at. If you are positive, you are optimistic, things are going to work. You'll have your shares of struggle. When I tell you that next 3 months, when you start the preparation, next 3 months will be little challenging because you have to adapt to a new process, new things. So if the journey is long, it has to be eventful. Okay, so that is very important. Now coming to the timeline. Now remember, we are targeting 2024, not 23. So if we are targeting 2024, the timeline, now we all know, this is the timeline. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is the timeline that we have. We are targeting the May 2024. Almost 1.5 years we have. That means around 18 months. Similarly for September 2024 also, around 2 years, little less than 2 years, maybe 22 months. That means this is the agenda we have. And as an aspirant, what I'll tell you, things have changed a lot in the last 4-5 years. If you see the last 5 year trends of UPSC, and this especially 2017 onwards, or I would say 2018, 19 onwards, what I have seen, there is a paradigm shift in which UPSC requires your effort. So what I say that your syllabus should be ready. Syllabus should be ready by December 2023. That means your preparation should be over by next December. And the last 4-5 months should be about cracking the stages of the examination. So if you're starting, let's say in April or May or July next year, it is very difficult for you to crack in the first attempt. If you want to crack in the first attempt, you have to have so this strategy about till December, because after that, the focus will be on the convergence part. Okay, so this is what the dateline. You should give your prelims in this May 2024, and September 2024 will be the mains, and your name should be in the list of April 2025 when the UPSC result will come on the final day. Your name should be in the top few numbers. That is the objective. Keep this in your mind, and I will go and do any effort to do that. That is what you have to tell yourself. Are you ready for that? And I want yes. Are you ready? Do you have the right energy? Are you ready to push yourself? This is a one-time effort of your life. Remember, life is about understanding the basics of things. This time will not come again. This time is yours. You'll have your share of struggle, but it is worth the effort. Because when you put the right effort, it will change the dynamics. You know, in the last 10 years, I have come across very good students. Many of them are in services. Many of them are not in service also. But you know what is the differentiating factor? The people who have done well in terms of preparation, they might not be in service, but they are doing very good in life. That means it is not only about cracking the examination. That is the ultimate objective. The ultimate objective is to reach to the pinnacle of the objective that you have. But it is also because this will be a life-changing experience that you will face. This experience will change you for good. Remember, I am standing here because of 20 months of effort I gave for UPSC preparation. I'm an engineer. I worked in corporate for 4-5 years. I left at the age of 28, gave the examination. Missed by few marks. I had a bad day on interview. I had a bad day. I remember. I made mistakes also. People who got less less marks than me in mains, they became IPS also in general category. But I made a mistake. I doomed my interview. And that is a mistake, I agree. But I can't go back and change that. But you can. You can learn from the mistakes people like me who have made. This journey will take you places. But the process will make you so strong, so good, that getting selection is just a part of it, a very small part of it. So I'm more concerned about the process. And remember, look at the people who reach till the end. Okay? So what is first we'll start with the prelims. The first stage, the prelims. Now when you look at the prelims, what is prelims? Prelims is a elimination round. Okay, so what do? They eliminate, from among, let's say, 4 lakh people, they eliminate around 3% people. That means this 4 lakh people will come down to 12,000. So first I have to reach from here to here. That is the first stage. And in prelims, we have two areas. We have GS and we have CSAT. Now, cutoff of this is around 45%, 45 to 50% average. And CSAT is getting tough with time. Last 3 years of CSAT has become relatively tough. Even as an engineer, I find it tough. I have lot of my aspirants, a lot of my students, they could not clear prelims, even good students, because they could not clear the CSAT cutoff. So first is about clearing the stage, because remember here UPSC is eliminating, even the good candidates get eliminated. So I will be more cautious here, the first stage. Again, when you look at the first stage, see the cutoffs. Now, when you look at the cutoff the last 5 years, you'll find that cutoffs are decreasing. Okay, when you look at the past 5 years, the cutoffs are decreasing. Okay, now what does it mean? The cutoffs are decreasing. Just hold on. Now, when you look at the cutoff, you see there is a declining trend. Now, remember this trend. This trend is telling what? Paper is getting tougher with time. But still you can make it. You need to have the right strategy. You can't follow the approach which an aspirant followed few years ago. If somebody is telling an approach of 2018, 17, 18, it will not work today. A lot of water has passed under the bridge since then. You have to be very dynamic and understand the requirements of UPSC. So if you understand this, things are going to work for you. So I have my cutoff is how much? 45, 50%. And UPSC prelims is the most toughest and unpredictable area. Even rank 1 cannot say that I will be able to, get that selection. Okay. Am I audible, right? I'm audible? Audible. Okay, okay. I think some students are facing. Now you're audible. Okay, thank you, thank you. Right, right. Okay, I need you. I need you just for the half an hour more. I need that energy. And I want to tell yourself that, sir, I promise you. Now it is different. It is different whether you study with somebody else's guidance. But believe me, you have to promise me that people who are seriously thinking about the preparation, they will make their right effort. Your effort is very important. Okay, karma. I will reach the end. That is the effort we have to make. Okay, so first stage is prelims, and prelims is the most toughest part. When you go and when you clear the prelims, now these are the subjects of prelims, as you can look at it. Okay, when you look at the subject of the prelims. Now, what are the subjects of the prelims? These are the subjects: history, polity, economy, geography, environment, current affair, and science and tech. So these are subjects of prelims. Now, I will understand the trend in the last, you can see this 11 years. These are 11-year trends, you can see that. Okay, my strategy should be bang on correct. Bang on. Okay, then let's say today's day 1. Okay, so what do you do on day 1? Day 1. Let's say you're starting this journey today. What do? You will first develop the basics. And this basics is about NBL, NCERT based learning. That is the first step. Never miss NCERTs, at least the important ones. And this basics will only about 11th and 12th NCERT. If you want to follow NCERT below 11th, 12th, there are very selective ones. Don't follow all NCERTs from 6th to 12th. Here also you can be selective. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing that you need to follow is about current affairs. So you have to be ready with the current affairs. Very important. So are you ready with current affairs or not? Because that is the next thing. Current affair to kaise ready karna hai, that is something that I'm going to discuss it. Yes, you will crack. Everybody will crack civils, remember. Okay, so that is how it is. The next is, as you move forward, strategy for beginners, first is NCERT based learning and second is current affair. Till Jan 2023, I will focus on NCERT. November, December, January, at the max Feb. Till Feb. The next 4 months should be important NCERTs which have to be covered. All NCERTs, 11, 12 mainly. What are the benefits of NCERT? Basics, thought process, developing aptitude, and your thought process will evolve. You will understand the basics of subject. You are from economics background, economics will come easy to you. Polity will be difficult. You're from science background, you're a BTech, you're somebody who is doing history, you will find some subjects difficult. So people who come from different, varied, multiple background, what they find that if they study all NCERT at basic level, they'll be able to do well in even those subjects where they don't have a background. For example, I was from engineering background. For me, polity, economy, geography, everything was new. But when NCERTs were covered, they became very easy. Okay, so base building and your transition will become easy. Don't go for shortcuts. A lot of people study material here and there, summary, blah blah blah. Avoid that. Go slow. Make sure that this is not a fast food restaurant. Remember, it is this food will require you have to cook it long and in a slow manner. Okay, that is NCERT. And NCERT, let's target from till Jan. Okay, base building NCERT. Always start with economy and polity. Normally 4 subject NCERTs have to be read: economy, polity, history, and geography. Okay, NCERT, economy, polity, history, and geography. Okay, these are the 4 subject NCERTs that have to be covered. What to study, what not to study, that is you have to understand. Start with the basic NCERT. One newspaper is very important. One newspaper. Start reading newspapers, and eventually, as your preparation would move after 1 month or 2 months, start looking at the previous year question. The idea is that your mind should be able to filter the requirements of the competition. Don't go random. Don't do random stuff. Just because somebody told you this coaching notes is material, don't do that. My coaching notes are also good, but I always tell them that once your basics are clear, then you should read those notes. Those notes is a summarization of things, but you can't understand them if you are not ready with the basics. So base building is the first stage that is very important. Now you can make a timeline for that, and that base building will change the dynamics. So that is the first stage. Are you ready for that base building? Now, as you move in the base building part, the next stage, okay, next 10 months. Now, let's say Feb 2023, your base building has been covered. Now, you will complete syllabus in the next 8 or to 10 months. Okay, be mains ready. That's in December 2023. Next year, December 2023, you be mains ready. That means my objective is that what you do till the next December 2023. After that, we will have a different strategy. Next 4 or 5 months strategy will be different. Always introspect. Ask yourself. You are the best judge of yourself, and believe me, you all know. Don't make common mistakes. Common mistakes kya hota hai? What are the common mistakes? You read NCERT. Now, NCERT is important. You read NCERT, but you just read them and keep that book aside. How many of you see random videos, you see random here and there videos, you see random MCQs, you read random stuff? That will never work. It has to be structured and planned. If you're studying a topic, follow up that topic with current affair in that area. Follow up that, maybe questions in that area. See kind of questions that UPSC might ask in that area. Can you solve them? And if you can solve them, what is your accuracy? Let's say you're reading about jobless growth, unemployment. Or if you're reading about some ethics paper, we are discussing aptitude. Or for that matter, we are discussing environment or polity or governance. Whatever topic you are reading, you have to be mains ready in that area. Mains ready, that means you should be able to write good answers, good understanding of those topics, and it should be in a very summarized manner. So what do? You start with basics, study a topic, and start converging them. That means, how do you converge them? You read a topic and complete the topic in totality. Normally, what I advise aspirant, let's say you start a topic. Okay, you cover that topic from the NCERT, then you cover the topic from some standard book. If you're following some coaching notes, you can do that. Then you follow previous year question in that area, prelims as well as mains. Okay, then you do practice, MCQs in the prelims area, answer writing in the mains area. At our institute, we run just for prelims mentoring course. There is a prelims mentoring course. There is a mains mentoring course. Students in Old Rajendra Nagar or Mukherjee Nagar, they come to us only for guidance. They know they have made effort of 2 years, but this part is lacking. Practice and revision. And then this is what this has to be redone. and then comes the revision. The last is revision. A revision of all the effort. This will bring convergence in your effort. This will bring convergence in your effort. You're converging all your effort. On the final day of the mains, if I say explain hunger, the concept of hunger should be clear, and you should have done all these things in a very particular manner. UPSC might say, okay, explain why India is low on the global hunger index and enumerate the measures taken by the government. Now you need to have a holistic understanding, right? So this is what I have to do. So when I'm mains ready, I do a very holistic coverage. Also self-evaluate, introspect, ask yourself, are you ready? Are you putting effort? By human, we are very, if you try to see people, we are lazy people. There is a lot of inertia in doing something and not doing something, in both. That inertia have to be avoided. UPSC preparation is outside your comfort zone. You have to develop that comfort zone. Okay? And it will require just 1 month of effort. Optional coverage. Okay? Very important, optional coverage. And current affair notes making, last 15 to 18 months. And writing skills, very important. Remember what I said, UPSC is about good writing skill. So if you don't have a good writing skill, things will never work. Okay? So the idea is to develop your writing skills. Now, when I said the process of UPSC requires what? The process of UPSC requires you to, understand that. Skills. If the skill is developed, it's just a matter of time. Write skill will take you to the places. Can you write? Can you explain things? Let's say you have read a topic. I say, okay, Mr. X, write 200 words on this topic. Can you do that? Answer is no. That means you're not ready. Summary of things, very important. You summarize in a very limited manner, in a structured manner. I tell you, okay, explain this concept. You should be able to do that, in a bang on. And that will come only through developing that skill. The writing skill is about content. It is about effective communication. It is about converging your ideas. It is about doing in a time-bound manner, because all these skills have to be done in a time-bound manner. A lot of aspirants come to me. I say, follow a basic rule. Read 25 pages a day. Okay, read 25 pages a day. And in 300 days, you can read 7,500 pages. Can you do that? 25 pages a day, and in the 300 days, 70, and this will cover almost everything. This is 10 months of journey of UPSC. Now we are talking about 14 months here. That means I can read more. Yes, reading will not only do. You have to read, understand, revise, converge. Today you're reading 15, 20 books. By the time the mains will come, that summarization happens in few pages, in few maybe booklets. That is the objective. Okay? A lot of aspirants do not understand that. And nobody will tell you the secret also. And even if you know the secret, it will happen after 10, 12, 13 months of effort. Do you have that kind of perseverance? Can you maintain that perseverance? Are you ready to push that yourself? If you're not ready to push, things will not work. Also, how many hours of effort? It is very subjective. 5 to 8 hours. It might vary. People have cracked the examination with average consistent effort of 6 hours also. I tell students to follow 1/3 rule. 1/3 is 8 hours of 24 hours, 1/3. 1/3 rule for next maybe 10 months, 12 months, 15 months at the max. Again, it varies from people to people. Okay, so that is what we have to do. We have to focus on developing skills. Remember, the day these skills are ready, UPSC is just a matter of time, not more than 6 months. You can cover syllabus in 6 months if your writing skills are ready. Okay, so that is very important. Completion of syllabus, topic by topic, note should be ready. It should be updated. And you map them with previous year questions. Give the test subject wise, topic wise, write answers, write essay. Communicate, be effective. How do you start? The first stage, start with NCERT, current affairs. Then you go to the next level where you start covering the topics, link with previous year question, cover that topic, write, practice the MCQs on that, practice mains answer writing, and do it for every topic in the syllabus. Focus on those topics which are high priority in UPSC. Now, again, a secret I will tell you. You'll be surprised to know in UPSC, there is some 25 to 30% syllabus of UPSC where 70 to 75% question will come. And this is true about prelims also, and this is true about mains also. So I will not do random stuff. I will identify the syllabus, that syllabus where I get maximum question. For example, if I read economics, I'll give you an example. In economics, you need to read banking, monetary policy, okay, external trade, balance of payment, agriculture, and fiscal policy. In this 4 topic, UPSC will give you 70% of question every year in prelims. Just 4 topic. Now you're reading the entire economics, but focus more on these 4 topics. I'm just giving an example. What you have to do, you have to map your effort with the requirements of the UPSC. I will not do donkey work. I will not do random stuff. I will identify every subject's basic requirement and I will map it with the requirements of UPSC. I will focus more on these because they will fetch you more marks. Just go and look at the previous year question. You'll find that almost more than these 4 topics, 5 topics, they will cover most of the syllabus of UPSC in prelims. In mains, agriculture only covers 50% in mains. 50% question comes from only for agriculture. This is so simple. Can't you study 10 topics in agriculture and write 5 mains answer from there? But people are not able to do that because they're just following random stuff. Use your common sense, use your brain. You don't have to go to some topper to do that. You can look at the previous year question, you can look at the syllabus, you can map it, filter it, converge it. Okay? As a mentor, this is what I'm telling you. You need to understand these things if you want to crack the exam. Okay? Yes, now I will take some doubts. Let me complete it. Just 5 more minutes. Okay, I hope you are making your notes. Okay. Now, what you have to do 360-degree analysis of your preparation. 360-degree. Prelims, most unpredictable. Mains, thought process and writing skill. Again, a lot of practice. Remember, you have to write some around 120 questions in the mains. One essay, that means effectively it is around equal to 140 questions in the mains. So you should practice at least 500 questions before going to the mains examination. 500 questions means you should practice. Every paper has 20 questions. That means you should practice at least 25 papers before going to the final examination. It is something, it will require effort. UPSC is a process. It will not happen in a jiffy. It will require you to persevere for long. Because if you persevere for long, tabhi hoga. There are no shortcuts here. If you're thinking about shortcuts and 2 months and 5 months, believe me, you pick something else. This exam is for those people. And remember, the best thing about the exam is about that it is a very great leveler. Everybody can prepare. You should have ability to persevere, do hard work. You have to fight till the end. I say it is a fight because the fight is more mental. Anybody can read a book, but you have to understand how to read a book. You have to read the book as per the requirements of the competition. The questions are asked between the lines. The questions are conceptual. They're not direct. There are implied. There are interpretative. There are interdisciplinary. You have to link economy with polity, polity with history, history with geography. You have to link the subjects, and that will happen when you start thinking in those directions. It is not a rocket making science. Okay, so that is what the objective is. Optional, very high scoring. Choice is critical. As we speak now, a lot of aspirants, they choose wrong optional. Take your time, choose the right optional. By next March, April, your optional should be mentally that you have chosen this optional. And start optional preparation by maximum July next year. Okay, the last is personality test, but leave it. Give your mains, because once you prepare for preparation, your personality also gets developed. Okay, you don't need to do anything extra outside that. Now, optional choosing is a very common thing, and aspirants who are targeting UPSC, I'm sure they must be having this doubt, sir, how to choose optional. Now, there is no thumb rule, but there are some basic parameters on which you can choose. The first parameter is your interest, your background, also the guidance material, and also look at the previous history of that subject. In certain subjects in UPSC are more popular. Why? Because there is a reason. Syllabus is small. Now, if you're choosing maths as an optional, be ready for 8-10 months of effort. If you're choosing public administration as optional, it has a smaller syllabus, maybe 3-4 months. If you're choosing history as an optional, be ready for 6 months. If you're ready for geography as an optional, again be ready for next 6 months. So every subject has its own. Interest is the first thing. Second is, if you have a prior knowledge, nothing like it. Nothing like it. Overlap. A lot of people look at the overlap with GS syllabus. No, that is not a prime way, but that can also help you. Guidance is very important. Choosing a right optional, because optional is a technical subject. For example, if you're choosing optional, you need to be at least graduate in that area. Availability of study material, again very important, critical. Don't choose an optional where study materials is not available. You have to do a lot of research. So the best way of choosing is interest, and also guidance is available. These are basic things. Also look at the previous year toppers, look at the strategy of the toppers who have. Good thing is that when we were giving examination, very less was stuff was available on internet. But today things are too much, but there is a problem. There is too much of it. Hence, we do not know what is right and what is wrong. Okay, so as your journey will grow, you will also understand that optional is a critical thing. Now, I want to share the strategy of a very famous topper, All India Rank 1. So I was going through her interview and I jotted down some point. Okay. Now, when I jotted down some point, I was looking at what made her rank 1. And believe me, she almost deserved rank 1, because her marks is maybe 50 marks more than the second rank 2. That was the difference, which means the level of her preparation was meticulous. And what did she follow? She followed a very basic books. She followed basic books, previous year questions, syllabus. She integrated everything. Convergence. Remember what I said. Okay. Then newspapers, notes. She made notes from newspaper as per the syllabus. She made her own timetable and integrated with the coaching's timetable. She joined a coaching also. So she integrated with that. For example, I teach economics, social issues. I teach, current affair answer writing part. So when I tell students that follow my notes and integrate them with the current also, I cover current also in that. But many a times, let's say there is new current affair and you have not covered that in the class, you can integrate them. Try to converge your effort. Don't study randomly. Study material, stick to one source and focus on validation later. For example, if you're sticking to NCERT, one source, one standard book, don't read multiple books. It will create chaos and confusion. If you think that topic is not ready, maybe do validation later. Notes making, again, very important. Process is important. You're making notes, you're updating it, you're revising it, and re-revising it, and revising it, and practicing the mains, again, you re-revising it. You do the same thing. Less of more. You read more of less. Read one book, read it 5 times. Read one topic, read it 5 times. Revise it 5 times. Write it on this 5 times. External notes, bring down and add your own. If you find some external coaching note, somebody told you this coaching note is good, okay, look at it. If you find that it is good, do take points from there and value add it. Don't start new topics, new books, sources, which is a common thing students do every year. Okay? Test series, very important. Mock test, very important. Practice questions, very important. Previous year question, most important. Without mocks, you do not know where you stand in the preparation. Without test series, without solving questions, it is impossible for you to understand your level of preparation. The best way to understand is previous year question. So these things, Shruti Sharma, because when I saw her answers, I felt that her preparation was way ahead of general aspirant, and it required a lot of perseverance, a lot of effort. Okay, essay she practiced, time management. One thing she said in an interview, that she was very accountable. You are doing this examination for your own benefit. Nobody will be IAS, you will be IAS. It is you who is going to benefit. So you should be accountable to yourself. Okay, break is important also. Rejuvenate, find a process. There is no fixed way of doing that. There is no fixed way of studying. There is no fixed way of understanding. You have to follow your own approach. Okay, and also she said optional based on interest, guidance, source material, and familiarity. Okay, so these are the things which I remember. You have to keep in mind few things. Start today, make a weekly schedule. Focus on your health also. Take a regular break, develop your habit, and focus on multitasking. Again, these things you'll realize with time. Preparation is about balance. It is about averaging. UPSC is about you have to be average in all the area. Every subject is important. You can't skip. Few years ago, people could skip history. ancient medieval history. Today, it is very important. You can't skip ancient medieval history. The other day, just 2 days ago, I was having a discussion with one of my students. She just now gave mains and she came to meet me. She was discussing the preparation strategy for interview. And I told her that, see, beta, today law of averages works in UPSC. You can't take it easy. And she said, sir, I have, I followed your advice and things actually worked after following it, meticulously. Earlier, I was using my own brain, but later on, when I listened to your advice, things started working. So we as a mentor, we are just having experience and we are just giving you the right advice. You just have to follow them. Because our experience is not coming from our own learnings, but also from the learnings of the aspirants who get selected every year. Okay. Now, common things. What kind of common problems aspirants face? Newspaper. Most difficult task. Yes, it is. It'll take some time. It'll take 2 months, 1 month, 2 months. Things are not working. Every alternate day you get demotivated. Array, it is completely okay. If you're getting demotivated for 2 days, it is okay. If 2 days you feel that things are not working, believe me, it is okay. But if you're feeling it every day, twice a day, then it is a problem. Maybe then there is a motivation problem. Okay, things are not working. It is very common thing. Everybody is facing the problem. I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow I will do. No. Preparation. You just reading, not writing, not practicing. Students come to me, they have invested 1 year of preparation and then they tell me, I've read this book. Did you practice MCQ? No. Have you seen previous year question? No. Have you looked at the requirements of UPSC? No. Then what have you done in the last 1 year? You have wasted your time, wasted your effort. Are you here to waste your effort? Answer is no. Okay? Working in the comfort zone. You like economy, you reading economy every time. You like polity. Now history students, they like history, they read history. What about polity? What is about economy? What about geography, environment? The point I want to make here is that all subjects are important. Balance is the key. You have to do multitasking and law of averages works here. Do you know that law of averages is the most important thing in life for UPSC requirement? And if you know this, you'll understand it. I just need to reach a threshold of every subject. I don't have to do PhD. Okay, so these are the common things which aspirants, usually, follow. What is the way forward? Focus on process and strategy. Small goals. Consistent. Be consistent. Study for 2 hours every day, but do it every day. One day you are studying for 5 hours, the next 2 days off. No, don't do that. Don't study at first place, but do it effectively. Qualitative. Average 5-6 hours, very important. This is very important. Take a guide, take a mentor, follow some advices, aspirants or mentors. You can follow me. I come with strategy videos regularly. I tell people about mains, prelims, answer writing, interviews, all the area, how to read NCRTs. Ask me, there are a lot of videos I've put on YouTube on our channel, which you can follow them as well. So it is about knowing all those things and putting that. Now coming to the coaching, I run a coaching. So it is very logical. Students will ask me, does coaching help? Yes, in the beginning. But it is your effort. Coaching will not get you selected. Beginners, you will get input. It will reduce your effort. It will bring convergence. There is a structured, scheduled time process, tests. So the process is very important. Basic doubts are cleared. But it is you who will decide the outcome of the effort. We are facilitators. Yes. Students, when they come to class, if they're sincere, the journey is smaller, they will get selected, the chances are higher. You'll have bad days, your mentor will tell you, you are just having a bad day, come, start again. Things will start happening. Okay, so these things, today online option is available. You don't need to go to Delhi also. Okay, so that is how you can look at it. In the end, there is a basic NCRT book list, which I have shared, and I will share them again and quickly. So these are the must NCRTs, which have to be followed. Economy, polity. Again, 11th, 12th is what you have to follow mainly. This is geography, history, and there are some standard books which are there. So I have shared some modern standard books which you can refer. Now I will take some doubts from each one of you. I will take some questions. Remember, if I have to summarize the entire session, okay, the first 3 to 4 months, base building. And this base building will require 2 things, NCRTs and current affair through newspapers. Map them with previous year questions and syllabus. That means you should look at them regularly. Then the second stage will go for the mains preparation. This mains preparation will go for at least 8 to 10 months. where you cover holistically the whole main syllabus. That means syllabus GS 1, 2, 3, 4, plus optional, and of course essay. The main syllabus have to be ready, topic wise notes have to be ready. Okay, so that practically 3-4 months plus 10 months, 12 to 14 months. So this is a timeline for 10 to 14 months. That is what I have summarized. How do you do that? How you read NCERT, where you should do that? Those things are also important, but okay, making notes. So let me take some doubts. Let me take some questions here. Thanks for your patience. Now tell me, how many of you did you get some input? Just tell me, did you enjoy the session? Did you get some input in real? Because you are here, it is very difficult for me to summarize everything in 40 minutes, but the idea is to tell in a crux what is important. Okay. Yes, Abdul said yes. Bhumika is saying, can you fill some other form while preparing for UPSC, SSC? See, every exam is different, beta. You need to do some mapping of other. UPSC is a broader holistic process. If you ask me in general, this is UPSC, that is CSE, Civil Service Examination. This is State Services. Maybe this is SSC. Okay, that is how you can understand. Okay. Arpita is asking, Siva is saying, I'm working aspirant. Siva beta, you need to make a more realistic target. What you can do is that you can follow a target of studying 3-4 hours every day. Start the same thing, approach will remain the same. The only thing that your preparation time will be little longer. That is the only difference. Okay. Next question is by by Arpita. Okay. Sorry. Arpita is saying, when to start analyzing editorial if I start from today? Give some time. After 1 month, after reading newspapers, start reading editorials. But if you read NCERT, Arpita, polity, economy, after that, if you start reading editorials, they will come easy to you. You can follow my YouTube channel where faculty gives editorial analysis also. That is also helpful. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. Valarmati, thank you very much. Sir, everyone is saying that crack, you must go to Delhi for preparation. Is it actually important? Kanishka, Delhi has certain advantages. Okay, Delhi has certain advantages. The advantage is that you get a very good environment, a competitive environment here. Okay, in especially in the old Nagar and Mukherjee Nagar, mainly old Nagar, you get good environment. So that environment, the learning is very effective in that environment. You learn from the peer group also, but it is preparation is very individual effort. Here also nobody can teach you. You have to make your own effort. What I said, the first thing which I said about preparation is about why. If your why is clear, motivation is very important. Coming to Delhi has definitely advantages, but if you can't come to get Delhi, the good thing is that the same stuff is available at your home also, but self motivation is the key. Why will give you self motivation? Why do you want to get selected? Okay, Kanishka. Okay, how to make notes, as I'm not a notes making person. Uh, how to manage college work and UPSC preparation, how to study newspapers. Okay, YouTube name, please. It is Edge IAS. Okay, Pujita, it is Edge IAS. You'll get a video. Also, Telegram channel you can join. Okay, my team will share the details. Okay, beta, my team will share the details. Okay, Kanishka. Then which newspaper we should read? Okay, let me take one by one. So newspaper, the first newspaper. Okay, so first newspaper. There are two only options. The Hindu. Now Hindu is little tough. The second is Indian Express, IE. Okay. My team, if you want, I'll share a video how to read the newspapers and current affair. That can be there. Which newspaper you should follow? I'm a college student. When I start my preparation, Yashika, start today. Don't wait. You're a college student. I have a student who are targeting 2026, and they are in the coaching today. They have a first mover advantage. I'll give one more example. In 2018, a student got selected from my class, that was Pratishtha Mamgain. And she started when she was in first year of graduation, especially mostly second year. She got selected at the age of 21 years, few months. Very young. At the age of 21 years, you become an IAS officer. Some 21 years, 8 or 10 months. So right now, she's IAS in Telangana. So I'm just telling you, the starting early is always advantage. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't put a timeline tomorrow or next year when things will be good. Why to wait? It is a good thing. Starting early always has an advantage. Yes, you will get time, and also you'll get to understand, the assessment part. Okay, Yashika. Then how many times reading NCRT will make notes? NCRT will require at least 2-3 readings, beta, Bhumika. How to read newspapers and which newspaper you should read. Penang is saying, Penang, how to read newspaper will require a different session. You can say that you need to read the macro news, which is important for UPSC, only the macro news, all India news, national news, economic news, and also look at the previous year questions and syllabus. That will, syllabus is the first thing. Okay, one more thing. When you're reading newspaper, map the newspaper reading with syllabus. For example, in the newspaper, there is an article on education. Okay, now you do not know whether it is a part of syllabus or not, but if you look at the syllabus, it is a part of GS paper 2. Education is a part of GS paper 2, social justice, social issues. So you know that education is a part of that syllabus. Now, if you want what kind of question UPSC is asking in social issues or social justice or in essay, for that you have to look with the previous year question. Now you cover the topic, understand India's education system, problem, challenges, new education policy, cover it, and then look with the previous year question. You'll find that you'll be able to solve that. So previous year question will help you to filter your syllabus, filter the areas that you're studying. Okay. Can you provide coaching every day? Yes, you can. For that, you have to join Mitu. I'm pursuing BTech. Manish is saying, may I think of around 23 if I am beginner? Manish, are you ready to put 10 hours of effort? You can do it in 5 months also. But effort is important. Also, preparation grows, evolves. A lot will depend on developing those things. Okay. Jani Raja is saying that Nitya, Sri, I'm pursuing BTech and I'm getting difficult to read newspaper. Yes, newspaper reading will be difficult, especially people from non humanities background, science students, because they haven't read the newspaper. And UPSC's newspaper reading is very specific. You have to read as per the requirements of the competition. All India news, political news have to be avoided. Okay, so let me have a session on this probably next. Again, what I can do is that I can have a follow-up session in the coming days. And in that follow-up session, either on weekends or some other time, my team will call you. I will tell you how to read newspapers and follow current affairs also. Okay. Webinar PDF will be shared with everybody. My team will call you, take the feedback, and share all the PDF and syllabus also. Okay. How can manage work, college work, and UPSC preparation? Law of balancing. You have to do multitasking, Neeraj. Right? Life is about multitasking, Niranjan. Right? Monica, what are the basic standard books for CSE subjects and what are your views on optional agriculture and botany? Uh, Monica, it is first of all your question is on basic standard books. Basic standard books usually NCRTs. Then you come one standard book. For example, there are good books in every subject, but you can follow one good book. For example, in polity, you can follow Lakshmikant. Okay. In economy, you can follow Mishra and Puri. You can follow a Pearson guide. That is also good. You can follow Datta Sundaram, but follow only one book. Okay. Will you be able to share the important NCRT slides? See yeah. Okay. Achha, one more thing before going ahead. My team will contact you. Okay, just going ahead. You can reach out to our team. We have offline, online, live course, pre plus mains, and we have 1 year, 2 year program. Also, there's a mentoring course for people who are targeting next year, 23. And the ISH team, these are the numbers. You can follow these numbers. Any doubts, you can reach out to them. If you want a personal session, do communicate my team. My team members will communicate me. I can put a separate session for people you require. Online only, we can do that. Okay. Now let me share the one more thing. My team will share the syllabus. Okay, NCRTs. I'll share the PDF. Okay, beta. I'll share the PDF. That will do. Do have to make notes from newspaper. Kanishka is saying that is very good. Neetu is saying, sir, I'm preparing for 2024, but not yet decide my optional because subjects like polity and geography. See, optional choosing agriculture, botany. Somebody said, based on the inputs, based on the background, do some. If you want to choose optional right away, what you can do, you can follow some basic approach. Go through the syllabus of that optional. and go to the previous year questions of last 5 year and put optional in front of you. If your background is there in the optional, try to look, also do some research in terms of topper strategy and all. They will give some input that will help you. Okay. Neetu is saying polity geography. In my mind, I'm confused which to be chosen. Both subjects are good. Polity is relatively less time. Geography is little, syllabus is big. 10% matters, Oman? No. 10, no, no. Valar is asking, without coaching, can we succeed? Yes. But guidance is the key. Don't. Guidance is, yes, guidance is available, Pooja. What about I choose international relations? Prachi, political science and international relations is a good option. You can choose that. Okay, provides a guide every day for UPSC, sir. Go, Mithu. Yes, I will work on this, beta. Okay, I'm a college student, Niranjan. What is the right time to start preparation? Today. Don't wait for tomorrow. There's no tomorrow. I'm doing BTech and I manage college time. Definitely, you can work. Okay, how to make newspaper, how to manage optional. Mm, okay, there are a lot of questions. I'm confused about choosing optional. Uh, all India coaching government by government, I do not know, but I can't tell you. But private coaching institution, if the team is good, for example, I have a very good team in Delhi, so we focus effectively. So do your research before joining any coaching. Okay, anthropology is good subject. They were definitely, it's a popular subject. And how do I make notes from NCRT? And newspaper. Notes making. First, try to understand the objective of notes making. Notes is a, what do you mean by notes? Means summary, and that is in your own words. So if I'm studying a topic, if I summarize it in very few words, few lines, few pages, that is my own imprint, and it is very effective for the revision also. That is the objective. How to manage time? Very difficult. Bring a balance in your life. Time is about understanding your routine. Make a time, make a target, make a weekly schedule, stick to the timeline, bring a sense of urgency, make it a habit. Okay, manage time. Time is everyone is same for. There are people who are prime minister of the country. There are people who are working. You have to find a time for the work, and that time has to be utilized optimum manner. Quality effort is very important. Okay, chalo. So that is all. And sociology is a good optional. Jay is asking. Okay, let me take a follow-up session. I want recording of this webinar. This Divya, you'll get it. Can you throw light on sociology is optional? Yogeshwari, sociology is a wonderful optional. It's about Indian society, social issues. I'm a college student, Piyush. Of course, college is also their way of UPSC study, how to study. Okay. Nothing much. It's just that you follow what I told you. The webinar will be shared. And let me take the list of questions. You can do one more thing, my team. You can share your question. I will collate all the questions at one place. Maybe I'll send you a link, a Google link where you can put the questions. And then you can do one more thing. You can send your questions on this website, isedge.upsc@gmail.com. So I have access to this, okay, on this, and you can iss.upsc@gmail.com. You can put all your questions here. I will reply them one by one because there are so many questions I cannot do that. Of course, we'll have a follow-up session. There'll be a follow-up session. And maybe I'll set some time which is suitable for you people. I can take from home also if needed, because right now the coachings are closed because I'm taking from my offline center. Okay, so thank you very much for your time and patience. Believe me, remember, this life is about, there's life, make this life meaningful. And if you really want to do something, you have to understand UPSC is a journey, it is a process, it is a once in a lifetime experience. Believe me, today I'm 41 years old, and in the last 40 years of my life, this is my 41st year, the last 40 years of my life, the best time was when I prepared for UPSC. Give one good effort, make sure it, and when you start a process, try to complete it. I'm not saying that selection will happen. Selection, if it is done effectively, it will happen. But the people who reach to the end, that number is very important. But once you get selected, life will change for you. The society will treat you differently. Just one exam and the next 40 years of your life and your everybody's life associated with you, and your future generation also will change. And it will require just 2 years, 1 year of classes or personal effort, and 1 year of the exam. and you never know what you can do until you try it out, give your best, and God bless you. Thank you very much for your time and patience. Do give the feedback, follow our Telegram channel, my team will share it with you, and of course follow it. You can individually reach out to me for your doubts also. I'll take a follow-up session. Thank you very much. Take care. God bless you. God bless you. Take care.